These letters are the building blocks of many written languages on Earth, each symbol representing one or more sounds to help visualize human speech. They form the lyrics to the first song many of us learned to sing.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Eventually, Earth kids get graded on how well they can rearrange these letters to a teacher's satisfaction. Sometimes adults are tasked to do the same thing. Have you ever wondered where these particular signs came from and why there are so many variants and how well they can impersonate human speech? After all, the alphabet does a lousy job of capturing the sounds made by other terrestrial beings. You know, I expect Marcia the Martian to ask about all of this sooner or later. So, here goes. How to explain the alphabet to a Martian. It's a word many of us Earthlings stare at every day. QWERTY-UIOP. It stands out prominently on many of our communication devices, and every Martian wants to know what it means. To say that QWERTY-UIOP is not really a word at all, but part of the Latin alphabet does not really help for three reasons. First of all, we must admit that almost none of us terrestrials can read or speak Latin anymore. Second, saying that these are the letters of an alphabet, a term referring to the first two letters in the ancient Greek language, alpha and beta, invokes another ancient language that few of us write every day. And third, that QWERTY-UIOP is the wrong order for letters in the alphabet that we force our children to memorize. Marcia the Martian is beginning to understand that these symbols have a connection to the ancient Earth world, but they are now used in weird, inconsistent ways. Bottom line, they're supposed to help humans see and to save whatever has been said, but she is confused about how well it accomplishes that task. In Germany, keyboards have switched the locations of Y and Z because Z is used more often there. Hence, it's QWERTZ-UIOP. In France, the W is more accurately named the double V. Until 1835, the ampersand was considered the 27th letter of our alphabet. You get that one for free when playing Wheel of Fortune. The five vowels of the alphabet, A, E, I, O, and U, are so important that contestants have to buy them for $250 each. And of course, as Marcia the Martian teleports around Earth, she will find this game looks very different in other languages. One of the hardest to comprehend, however, is English, because nearly all its rules have exceptions. If the letters of an alphabet are meant to represent and reconstruct the sounds of human speech, why are so many of them silent and unspoken? How come humans say lamb and climb, but spell them lamba and climba? How is an alien supposed to know how to pronounce gnat, hour, sigan, and castali? Should the writing be this hard? Almost every letter in the Latin alphabet can play hide and seek with the human tongue. And why do humans pronounce the top set of letters as both lead and lead? These next bits of the alphabet produce the sound rain in two separate ways. And why on earth do the bottom sets sound exactly the same? In 1768, Benjamin Franklin closed a letter to a friend with these words, written in a revised English alphabet of his own invention. It reads, "Yours affectionately, B. Franklin." As a printer by trade, Franklin spent his days setting type using the alphabet he had inherited from the ancient Phoenicians, Greeks, Romans, and others. He was not happy about it. He complained about letters that could make more than one sound, such as the letter C, used here in the word concert, with two distinct sounds. Moreover, there were other letters that already represented those very same sounds, the letters K and S. So we don't really need the letter C at all. Why not just spell it concert? So Franklin tried to simplify the alphabet. He was not successful, but a visitor from Mars would surely appreciate the effort. 2 centuries later, Earthlings launched the Voyager probes, which transported the English alphabet into deep space. Each spacecraft included this personal message from President Jimmy Carter, which might confuse the recipients by using two forms of the same alphabet, one of them larger and more fluid than the other. Why would an Earthling do this? Can't we stick to a single system? And what about the photograph carried by Voyager of this page from Sir Isaac Newton's book System of the World? It seems to use a similar English alphabet, but some of the lettering is different and hard to explain. What do these words mean? We are Earthlings, and even we might have trouble deciphering this stuff. Writing the letter S at the end of a word differently from the beginning or middle is a habit that goes back to the ancient Greeks and their use of the letter sigma. In sophos, their word meaning wise, the sigma at the start of the word is changed at the end, where it's a bit smaller and has been opened up. This switch only happens when writing in lower case. At first, the Greeks only used capital letter forms. This was true of the Romans as well. Lowercase evolved from handwriting and a more flowing style, which explains why some lowercase letters in our alphabet today don't look much like the capitals from which they were derived. So in the alphabet that many of us use today, we end up with 26 letters that can be written in capitals, lowercase, or both of those in cursive script. That's over 100 letter forms, most of them borrowed from ancient civilizations. A few of our ancient vocalizations got lost in history's alphabet shuffle, so special pairings of letters called digraphs had to fill those gaps. For instance, the Greek letter theta has been replicated using th, as in the words this and that. Some common digraphs are actually redundant. For instance, we use ph for the Greek letter phi, which is a sound readily available already as the letter F. Any Martian interested in math, as most space travelers are, will find it curious that some alphabets have functioned simultaneously as numbering systems, most famously among the ancient Greeks. As an example, delta represents 4, mu equals 40, and sigma is 200. That's how you write 244 in ancient Greek. Now, if there's one thing you want to learn in the correct order, it's numbers. So the Greek alphabet developed a strict sequence from beginning to end, literally from alpha to omega. That is why our own use of the alphabet today can function as a reliable listing or filing system from A to Z, unless you want to scramble it all up as a testing chart at the local optometrist's. Marcia the Martian has got to learn that alphabets work in a myriad of ways, many of them set by tradition, and all of them depending on context. The only option she has is to learn all the rules about order, sounds, and so on, then learn all the contexts in which those rules do not apply. This lesson brings her back to QWERTY UIOP. Why do Earthlings arrange the keyboard letters in this odd way? Believe it or not, the idea was to slow down typists so that the old mechanical arms on a typewriter would not get jammed by typing too fast. Our alien visitor decides that proficiency through inefficiency must be the motto of modern civilizations on planet Earth. I'm Dr. Frank L. Holt. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like and subscribe and share this channel with all your Earth and Martian friends. I'll see you here next time.